Greetings, all of you sweet, sweet honeybees out there in the hive. Welcome to the Electric Honey Pot, where energy is the nectar of life. I'm your magical host, Everbee, the serious bee spirit, here to deliver a message to the collective. Today's message isn't going to resonate with absolutely everyone. I normally do not get messages that are for dedicated zodiac signs, but today I did. We have a very powerful message coming through for all of my fellow Cancers out there. Now, we all do have each of the zodiac signs within our charts because we have 12 houses. So definitely check out your charts, see where Cancer, what house Cancer is in, and whether or not you have any dominant placements within that chart if this message resonates with you. This is going to be a message for highly sensitive, deep, emotional people. Definitely a lot of water energy coming through. So maybe even my Pisces and Scorpios out there can relate to this. I had to take notes because a lot came through. Here we go. Cancer. They don't know just how powerful you are. Sometimes you don't even know how powerful you are. You may have a tough exterior, but you're soft on the inside. You've had to have the shell to protect yourself. You've been through so much. They don't see all that you have overcome. They just choose to see your shell and your claws. Your claws that come out when you're hurt or threatened. Everyone loves the taste of crab until it tries to save itself from being devoured. Heavens forbid a crab be a crab. Self-preservation isn't the only thing you have been unfairly judged and demonized for. You're very gifted. Your intuition is so strong, it comes through as a clear knowing. Even you have doubted the validity of with your logical mind. Still, you have been learning to trust and embrace this gift even when you have been attacked for it in the past. You have intense pattern recognition that many people don't have. You are a very gifted seer, maybe even experiencing prophetic visions from time to time. Others don't appreciate this gift of yours because it compels you to be a truth teller. They only like seers when you don't see them. They don't want to look into the mirror you provide. What if they don't like the reflection staring back? So they try to force you into the limiting boxes of their own beliefs to try to make you smaller. They project their shadows rather than using the mirror you are offering them to grow themselves. They assume just because you are capable of seeing the negatives that you can't see the positives, or just because you see the positives, you can't see the negatives, but you're balanced. They believe because you see imbalance and what they choose to ignore from their own shallow waters, that you don't see yourself. But you know that you are a crab. You explore the depths of a vast, dark ocean by nature. It comes natural to you. Deep thoughts, deep emotions, deep perspectives. Your depth and authenticity triggers people. Sometimes you feel lonely being so deep in the waters, even if it is your home. You still have that soft, sweet inside. You have a big heart full of love many miss the magic of because they are so focused on taking things for only as they appear on the outside. They never take the time to explore your depths. Don't allow their nets to trap you, my dear Cancer. I see you. I see you. I feel you. I hear you. Spirit sees you, feels you, hears you, is always with you. Keep embracing who you are, and the right people will find you in time. You have a real family out there searching for you too. 555 on the timer as I say this. Change, loss, grief. I listened to a podcast earlier today by Trippin' with Trish. I'll link it down in the comments below. But she said something along the lines of growth feels like loss before it feels like freedom. And I have one more sentence for this message that I wrote down. You aren't the only crab in the ocean. My sweet Cancers, the path of a highly sensitive person is a difficult one to walk when you exist in a shallow world. But you are this alchemist, this transmuter. In fact, here are the cards that came out on the altar today. First, we have Pele, the purifier. Oh, they came out like this. My bad. And then we have Brigid with alchemy. And then the Two of Seas, love, and dolphins. There's more of that ocean energy, right? And Pele even has kind of a tropical energy. There is water and fire. Yes, the last card reading that I did had this scorched earth type of energy. It's this energy of allowing things to burn down, to start over fresh. And talking about the crab here at the beginning, everyone loves the taste of crab until it tries to save itself from being devoured. You do not have to sacrifice yourself. You do not have to be someone else's feast. It is okay to walk away from the people, places, and things that do not serve your emotional well-being, the things that do not value your time, your energy, your effort, your essence. It's a painful process. It's very destructive, and it takes a lot of power. Think of how destructive this volcano going off is and how powerful it is. And it destroys so much in its wake. But in the process, when that fire meets the water, it also makes new land. It creates something new from it, the alchemy. And learning to walk away, do your little crab scuttle away instead of allowing people to feast on you is what leads to having more love in your life. Loving yourself, attracting the people that actually do love you for who you are, not for how you taste when they rip you apart and dine on you. It's how you learn how to fall in love with life again, because you're not being held down by all of this pain. I had a rune come out as well that I would like to show you. because it's the thorn. And there's power found in the thorn because without the thorn, you wouldn't grow into a beautiful rose. Beautiful things have to have boundaries to protect themselves, to protect their energy. It does not make you a bad person to set boundaries and to release things that threaten your well-being. You are worthy of emotional security and safety. You are worthy of relationships that nourish your deep emotions, your deep thoughts, relationships that make you feel worthy and valid, that don't leave you questioning whether or not these people actually care about you. When you settle for those kinds of relationships in your life, all you're doing is telling the universe that, yes, this is what I deserve. This is what I'm worthy of. And again, it's a really painful process. But healing feels like loss before it feels like freedom. And there are other crabs in the ocean. They're looking for you too. But how will they ever find you when you're being eaten by the fishermen, by the predators out there that think they're bigger and better than you? I want to pull just a couple of cards. I want to do my Wild Mystic deck today just because we do have a lot of animal energy coming through. I just want to get a few cards. We have Peace coming out with the turtle, and it's got a sea turtle on it. And then we have Create with the spider and the dream catcher, because you know the spider is the weaver. One more card, please, Spirit. Oh, I'm just going to take the bottom. I saw that, and that is it. So, the turtle with Peace. Sometimes we have to go through the destruction before we can get to the peace. And the turtle, when this message was coming through this morning with all of this water energy, I was actually feeling the presence of a turtle as well, because the turtles also have this hard exterior to protect themselves, but inside they're soft, right? And turtles, much like crabs, their home is wherever they roam. Your home should be wherever your soul feels happiest. Home doesn't necessarily mean family, friends that make you feel bad about yourself, or a job or a place that make you feel bad about yourself. None of that is home. Home is what feels safe. Home is what creates peace within your life, not chaos. A lot of people hold on to people, places, things because they're scared of, well, what if I'm alone? So they settle for less than what they deserve or less than what they want because they're afraid of trying something new, going someplace else. They hold on to all of these things that are actually burdens in their life and don't have room for things to come in that help invite that peace into your life. In my own personal journey, I have been coming to realize that I would rather be alone than be surrounded by people that do not make me feel good about myself and that disrupt my nervous system or my emotional regulation because my home is myself. I value my inner peace more than I value outer connections that disturb that inner peace. And I'm not telling you to cut everybody out of your life because if you want someone's rainbows, you also have to be willing to accept their rain. But it's all about evaluating whether or not someone else's storm, their waves, are causing you to feel like you're drowning, or if it's just a quick storm that passes and it's more sunshine than it is rain. Because if it is more rain than it is sunshine and rainbows, and their waves make you feel like you're drowning, then you need to give yourself a life preserver by choosing to get out of their waters. You know how to swim, and someone else's waves should never be knocking you down and making you feel like you are drowning. The next card, create, with the spider. It all happens with purpose. If you want something, you have to be willing to create it. Going back to the thorn and the power within the thorn, these experiences that we go through, it's all this weaving together of something greater for ourselves. We can choose to stay within the patterns of our programming, of family dysfunction, or that leads to dysfunctional relationships overall. Because when you experience something like trauma, it follows you into every single thing that you do unless you choose to create something new for yourself. And you have all of this power to weave together something better for yourself if you just stop sacrificing, if you stop allowing yourself to be a feast for someone else, if you stop allowing others to feed off of your energy, this energy of parasites. I'm wearing a lot of red today. There is this blood energy coming through. Are you questioning the relationships that you have in your life, whether or not they are actually benefiting you, if they are actually good for you to have or not? Do you keep yourself into these very limiting roles and expectations based on societal structures or how long someone's been in your life or the role that they play in your life? Like, do you keep toxic family members in your life just because they're family? 1818 on the timer as I ask. They say that blood is thicker than water, but blood isn't what makes family. Blood can also clot and cause death. It can putrefy. And sure, the water can go stagnant, but you're a crab. You're in the ocean where it's deep, it's fluid, it's always in motion. And you want to find the other people that are fluid and in motion and deep rather than coagulating in their blood. This is about remembering who you are at your core, not what others expect you to be or what society expects you to be. It's about choosing yourself. Become the parent to your inner child. Become the parent that you always needed. You're not responsible for anyone else's emotions but your own. And you don't have to play savior all the time. I know Cancer has this very caring, nurturing kind of energy about it, but It is not your responsibility to save anyone else. If someone is drowning and they're not willing to learn how to swim, all they're going to do is pull you under and drown you with them. Don't allow that to happen. You came here for so much more than that. You're here to make your own waves that help guide people to shore, not to be drowning under the chaotic, stormy waters of another. I want to close this out with just one last card from the Sacred Sea Oracle, a closing message for the collective, little more encouragement. We have the code keepers of divine love. To be in love. Can you be in love with yourself, with life, with others, if you're surrounding yourself with energy that makes you question whether or not you're loved at all? That love has to come from within first before it comes from anywhere else. And sometimes loving yourself comes from walking away, doing that little crab scuttle. Choosing not to be someone's seafood feast just because they like the taste of crab because it's sweet. You have the pinchers for a reason. You have the hard shell for a reason. Don't let them dine on you just because you're sweet. Be in love with yourself. Choose you. Choose to create something better for yourself, to remember who you are, who you were before all of this pain and expectations. My dog knocking stuff off behind me. Let it come down. Because when it comes down, you can build something new. Well, I think I'm going to close it out right there because I do have somewhere to be tonight. If this resonated, be sure to like this video. Drop me a comment down below because I am also a crab that is looking for the other crabs out there. It's a long, painful journey being a highly sensitive person coming from a chaotic background and learning how to find that peace after drowning in choppy waters for so long. And we crabs got to stick together, right? Be sure to subscribe for more readings just like this one. I also do podcast episodes with thought-provoking conversations, deeper perspectives, and conversations with others because I believe we all have something to learn, we all have something to teach, and that humanity can grow together. Humans in bloom. If you're interested in being a featured guest, go to my website, fill out a contact form below. You can also find links to all of my spiritual services offered from my website. All of this will be listed down in the description box below. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, month, year, and life. Remember to be curious, question everything, but trust yourself. Most of all, stay sweet, honeybee. Sting when it counts.